that has led to the decision that we're going to be announcing today.
Hey, welcome to, hold on.
Our administration is deeply committed.
Welcome to Tennessee Buck Outdoors. I'm sitting here in the mudroom. Yeah, I got a TV in the mudroom. There's been an earthquake on the Rocky Top. It seems that Jeremy Pruitt is out, and Bill Fulmer, the athletic director, is retiring. So we have a lot of rebuilding to do. I'm watching, getting more up to date on what's going on. But I did make a video of appetizers. I mean, you can use them for game, race cars, you know, NASCAR, whatever, or just when you have people over. Movie night is perfect for movie night. But I'm going to watch a little bit more of this. You watch the video and let me know what you think. So this is Jeff for Tennessee Buck Outdoors and Scout and Hunter, and we're going to watch a little bit about this, and we'll talk to you after a while.
To sustaining and winning across every sport, and doing it with the highest integrity.
Okay, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is my pineapples. We're going to do a bacon wrap pineapple. If you remember, I already done a video on this. I did between the bacon and the deep fry. But for this, we're going to deep fry. It's a good little appetizer. Like I said, I learned about this. There used to be a Omni Hut. Used to be a Polynesian restaurant that served these. Oh, me and my brother used to go out to my cousin's house, and on Tuesday night movies, and a lot of times we would stop there to get bacon, boar, which that's what they called this, and tidbits. Alright, we got the juice out. Now if I was baking a cake, I would just add that in there to it, but since I'm not, but here we go. What you want to do, take your pineapple chunk, you want to take a piece of bacon, and you just want to wrap it. Now you don't have to have a whole slice of bacon. And this is the cheap bacon, not the real good bacon. So just give me a minute here. I should have already had that cut, but I didn't. You know how bacon is. So let's start all over again. You take it and you'll wrap it. And we'll just go ahead and wrap it like that. And then put your toothpick through it like this. And you want to go all the way through it. As you can see, we'll put it on our sheet, and I'll do one more. Take your bacon and wrap it. Once again, there you go. Put it on the sheet. Now I'll finish these up and then we'll come right back to you. Okay, here we go. What I'm going to do, as you can see, I have got my deep fryer instead of my skillet, and it is now up to temperature. I am just going to lay these things in here. You want to separate them some there. All right, here we go. Now the temperature is right around 375. It won't take that long for these things to get done. I could tell you it takes so many minutes, 30 seconds to a minute. You just have to play with it, you know, because I don't want to get any more hate comments on, well, you didn't say how long it took. You can pick it up and look at it. If you want to go a little bit darker, you can better go a little bit darker. Like I said, this comes from Omni Hut. They're closed now, out in Smyrna. And we used to stop by there just about every Tuesday night for movie night and get this and what they call beef tips. There, we can go a little bit longer. One's a little bit crunchy. You want it to look like what bacon's supposed to look like that right there. Now that looks pretty good. We'll just dump these out. It's going to be hot. All right, we'll load up another batch. As you can see with this one right here, it's got a little light. I'll let you know when the temperature is ready. And then you really do want to wait for the temperature to get up there before you do this, for the simple reason, if you just let it sit there, it's just going to absorb that grease, and you won't get the crunch that you want. So it's important. I got room for one more? I think I do. But it's coming up there. And if you ain't sure, take your own thermal read right there. Yeah, we can go ahead and dump these. It's around 350. So it's now, if you'll notice, a lot of times it's floating up. Floating up's a good thing. A lot of times, you know, that it's cooked. Like I said, we want to go a little bit darker. I mean, like this right here. These are good appetizers just for anything. See, those are ready. We'll dump those. And I'll go ahead and load the other batch, and then I'll come right back to you. Now, if anybody's remember watching my video of Rotel, here is a good recipe. Now, you can use the smaller ones, but I'm going to use these big ones. Of course, you want to take it, pull it back, roll it, bring in your ends, and then finish rolling it out. Now, what I would do, since I'm not going to bake these, is I am putting toothpicks through them. Now let's take it over here and I'll show you how we deep fry it. As you see, we had to put toothpicks in it, and we had to roll it, but I think it's going to work out good. Okay, now, excuse me, I want to show you how to make miniature corn dogs. Now we're going to be using the Hillshire Farm beef. Here, let me try to get it up there to you. It's these little smokies right here. Now, I can sit here and make cornbread meal, but Martha White's already got it made, just add water. This is a good brand, but since I'm making it for me, I'm using Hush Puppy Mix. Just so everybody knows, well, I do it this way or I do it this way. I'm doing it this way because it's for me. So, there you go. Put in your Hush Puppy Mix. Now it calls for 3/4 cups of water. Just read the back of the label. You can use milk. And then stir it in. I've got a little whisk here. Now you can go a little bit less because you want it a little bit thick. But then if it's too thick, you can just keep adding water, which I'm liable to do here. And I am. Let me just get a little bit more water. Just pour just a little bit in, because you don't want to get it too soupy. See, I still got some. Just a little bit more. Like I said, you don't want to put a lot in here. You want a consistency, I think I said that right, sort of like peanut butter or something, or, yeah, probably. We're going to thin it out just a little bit more. Tell you what, let me get a toothpick. You want to put them right here. Let's try dunking these things. Dragging them. Now that looks pretty good. So let's get it over here and we'll deep fry some and see what they look like. Alright, let's dip a little bit more here. You want to get them covered. And if you got to use a spoon or whatever to dredge them, then do. We'll put another one in there. Of course, while these are cooking, it reminds me of something. A friend of mine whose sister actually played for the University of Tennessee Lady Vols. And I reckon, played for Pat Head Summit back in the 80s. Of course, he showed me the proof. He had all the autographs, pictures with him, the whole 9 yards. But then he told me something that was weird. He said, I went over to my sister's house in Knoxville to for Thanksgiving. He said, I pulled up in the driveway, and she told me I had to park on the curb. Of course, it threw everybody in there, and I said, well, why? He said, because I had a Florida Gator license plate. Well, of course you had to get on the curb. I mean, that's like a Tennessee fan dating an Alabama fan. I mean, I've seen it done, that people's married, but for me, it just ain't gonna work. That'd be sort of like, everybody in the family who's a Tennessee Titan fan, and then all of a sudden one's a New England Patriot fan. Everybody's going to shun him except for Granny. Granny's going to grab him by the arm and say, come on in here, honey. You're part of the family. By the way, you want me to inflate your football? So, these are looking good. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and finish these off, and we'll talk a little bit more later. Okay, we're going to show you one more thing. If you will get yellow corn tortillas, and this right here is a good size. I have no idea what size it is, but it's the small size. If you will cut these up into fours and just throw them in there like that. You don't want to overcrowd it, but you just want to let them fry, because what you're going to come out with is your own chip. You can probably hear me eating that one. That's some good stuff. Who knows, later on I might show you how to make your own salsa, which I'm really not good at. And it don't take these long, but you do want to flip them. Of course, tongs are really good for this. Just let them fry a little bit on the other side. And a lot of times, once you hear it sort of like not trying to fry anymore, you're good to go. So just shake them off and then dump them. And that is how you make your own corn chips. Alright, there you have it. What you got? Make some chips. Of course I had some salsa. Let's try that. Woo. You can go buy the corn tortillas and make your own chips less than what you would have to buy at the store. Next is our bacon wrap pineapple. Like I said, Omni Hut, which is no longer in business in Smyrna, they made these. They called them Bora Bora. Now, if you make these for your party, get together, whatever, and somebody wants to be a smart, you know, and ask you if you want your toothpick back, just say, yeah, go ahead, give it to me. Then, miniature corn dogs. I got ketchup, I got mustard. Some people like to use mayonnaise or even French dressing. But you can use corn dog mix, or like me, use the Hush Puppy because it gives it a little bit of different taste. Of course, I'm going to come here. Had to get the boy one. Now, I told you about the Rotel. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. We made a wrap, or I don't know what you call these things. I just seen them on TV. But we made this using the Rotel that I made. See if we can cut this open. Of course, you know, you wouldn't want to cut it up. You just want to, you know, take it by the hand and eat it. But you can cut these open in half and serve on the platter. And I'll tell you what, this is one thing. That I hadn't showed you yet. Let's take a bite. Good gravy. That is good. Woo. Okay. So, we made some appetizers. We made miniature corn dogs, but we used Hush Puppy mix. We made Bora Bora, which is pineapple, bacon pineapple wrap, bacon wrap pineapple. That's it. We made our own chips. In that Rotel, we made this, whatever wrap it is, burrito or whatever. I guess it is a burrito. What do you think? Of course, somebody's going to let me know. I already know that. So, like I always say, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave a comment, ring the bell, and do a little dance. And pass it on. help a neighbor, then the neighbor will help a neighbor. You know, just be kind. Or like we used to say back in the 80s, be kind and rewind. So, this is Jeff for Tennessee Buck Outdoors, and we'll see you next time.